Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Cancer, September 25, 2022. It's the time of the solar year for increased focus on rest, processing, detoxing, and putting excess or outdated projects and situations behind you. You could be dealing with loose ends and tidying up on an emotional level. You pay more attention to physical and emotional replenishment. It's not the best time to push yourself or your plans. Today, you may see an old problem or project in a new light or reach a turning point after reconsidering various directions or ventures. There can be a significant epiphany that changes your attitude or approach. You may suddenly feel as if the world has begun to grow quieter, almost as if you're wearing noise-canceling headphones. This is because the mighty Sun, our great luminary, has taken a deep dive into Libra. With a whole new zodiac season upon us, you'll notice the shift in the cosmic flow. This is because the Sun is illuminating the canyons of your solar 12th house of privacy, secrets, and the unconscious. While you could feel quite nostalgic, reflective, or detached from reality, this is an important period to analyze how you've allowed love to exist in your life over the past year. Release any baggage. Heal any wounds. Prepare to feel a little introverted today. Since the moon is void of course, you might not feel as social as usual or even as energetic at work. It might be somewhat challenging for you to tackle your tasks with your usual determination. The Sun will also enter Libra today, drawing you one season closer to your season. But until then, Libra season may not be as exciting as you may need to focus on your internal monologue and subconscious perception of your work life. Use the Sun in Libra to find inner peace as it may help with work. While it will be another 2 months before there is any planetary activity on the income front, as the moon wraps up its last visit to your career sector, while there is planetary activity here in alignment with Ceres here and to fellow dwarf planet Eris in your work sector is helping to define your professional priorities and create the foundation for future income growth. You used to love physical activity, the more intense the better. What has become of this urge? Picture a big pot filled with soup, the biggest pot you can imagine. Stirring that pot, so that soup from the very bottom mixes with the soup on top, is what exercise does for you. A good balance between aerobic and anaerobic exercise is ideal. This process is not only satisfying physically but is also necessary for a healthy mind. With so much energy brewing inside of you, regular physical release keeps your mental processes in check. Think about it. Organized and pragmatic, you tend to refuse any opportunity to dream. You are currently trying to wrap up some big files and are neglecting your friends and family. You hate having to use your imagination and only savor moments that you entirely master. This should evolve rapidly, and the current vibrations will be strongly encouraging this. In terms of health, you should change the way you eat and get a little bit more exercise. The Sun's return to a nostalgic and reflective part of your chart today brings you to a pivotal point in this current solar year, something that over the coming days and weeks will evoke both a sense of nostalgia and anticipation. This is the start of the month-long wind-down of your old solar year, which means that your birthday month and new solar year is now just around the corner. This is the point when you can begin closing old doors, but with Mercury having already been here for 4 weeks by the time he retrogrades back out, just after the Sun returns, this is something that has already begun. It is just a few hours after the Sun leaves your friendship sector that the Moon will return, but in that time, this gives Venus a chance to pivot to her more social and serendipitous focus. Where the Sun was focused more on personal and professional networking in general, in her final days Venus is more focused on using the laws of attraction and synchronicity to create serendipitous moments or encounters. Our eyes in the sky. Today, Mercury retrograde backs into the creative sign of Virgo. It continues to make contact with some powerful players in the sky, asking you to look at your desires through the lens of maturity and experience. With a hard lesson still digging at your spirit, there is going to be a meeting whether you're ready for it or not. This week's focus is on relationships and how they can help you meet your goals. It's about moving up, whether you form a jogging club with friends to take off a few pounds, or access the networking power of acquaintances. There's an emphasis on learning new languages and studying foreign cultures to help you take your business worldwide. The moon in Virgo highlights your need to be heard. This energy wants you to take control. You're being forced to take on several roles in your life whether you feel prepared or not. The responsibility can feel daunting for sure, but you have to put your foot down. That is the test of these aspects. You just have to trust that what you're doing and all the steps you're taking will pay off. After midnight, the moon enters Virgo and exits its void of course, which began yesterday morning. Over the next 2 days, we feel emotionally regulated when everything is running like clockwork. The only problem is that life rarely adheres to our personal schedule or aligns with our expectations. Our desire for perfection, and its lack of attainment, can disturb us now. This is a good time to attend to routine business and detail work. Logistical activities can help calm our nerves if we find ourselves spiraling into judgmental or critical thinking. Consider tidying up around the house, organizing a bookshelf, or cleaning out your closet. At this time, something happens to shock us out of this expectation. We realize that we have been taking things too seriously, that life is baffling, and that we should enjoy the ride. Our intuition and instincts harmonize. We come to sudden realizations that reshape how we relate with others. We could also learn new information, receive unexpected news, or experience a synchronicity that bears special significance. The stress of the day rolls off our backs as we throw up our hands and submit to the universe's grand plan. In the morning, Mercury enters Virgo in retrograde motion, a territory it last traversed on August 25th. Look back to this date to make connections. An event or interaction that took place around this time may now be brought up for reflection. History repeats. Eerily similar conversations occur. It is even possible that we will rethink some Virgo-style rituals or routines that are no longer working for us. Although we may arrive at certain conclusions, we are still in a retrograde review phase, so acknowledge discoveries without acting on them just yet. Discussions may help to clarify our ideas or opinions, but we should beware of being overly judgmental of ourselves or others. No one has all the answers right now. Let curiosity, not criticism, guide your choices.